on January 6th, 2025. Naya woke up on her 6th birthday to an unusual glow in her room. Sitting up in bed, she spotted a magical orb floating in the air, casting shimmering light all around. Her heart raced with excitement. Something magical was about to happen. As Naya stared at the orb, it began to spin and shine brighter. With a burst of sparkling light, the orb transformed into a beautiful fairy. The fairy hovered gracefully, her blue dress shimmering like the stars. "Happy birthday, Naya," the fairy said, her voice warm and kind. Naya couldn't believe her eyes. A real fairy had come to visit her. The fairy smiled and said, "My name is Elindra. I've been sent by someone very special. Your daddy couldn't be here today, but he wanted you to have the most magical birthday ever, so he sent me with a gift just for you." She held out a glowing golden crown, and Naya's eyes sparkled with amazement. "This is a magical crown of wishes," the fairy explained. "You can make 3 wishes today. Anything your heart desires." Naya held the crown tightly, feeling the love her daddy had sent through this magical gift. Overjoyed, Naya rushed to the living room where Mommy and Leen were waiting. "Look what I got!" she exclaimed, holding up the magical crown. Mommy smiled with pride and hugged her. Little Leen clapped her hands in delight. The house was already decorated for Naya's birthday, but the crown made everything feel even more magical. Naya knew this was going to be the best birthday ever. Later that afternoon, the house was filled with excitement. Balloons floated in every corner. Gifts were piled high, and the birthday cake sat beautifully on the table. Naya twirled in her pastel pink dress, feeling like a princess. Leen looked adorable in her cute little dress, and Mommy was elegantly dressed for the celebration. Everything was perfect, and Naya couldn't wait to use her magical crown for her first wish. Standing proudly with the magical crown on her head, Naya closed her eyes and made her first wish. "I wish for a giant palace made of candy," she declared. In an instant, the room sparkled with magic, and before their eyes, a magnificent candy palace appeared, filled with lollipops, chocolate fountains, and gummy bear walls. Naya's eyes widened in wonder. It was just like in her dreams. Naya, Leen, and Mommy stepped into the candy palace, their laughter echoing through the sweet halls. They tasted chocolate rivers, munched on candy canes, and shared delicious treats together. "This is the best birthday ever," Naya exclaimed, her heart full of happiness. The magic of the day made everything feel even more special. Feeling the magic of her crown, Naya made her second wish. "I wish for a magical unicorn to take us on an amazing adventure," she said with excitement. Suddenly, a soft glow filled the room, growing brighter and brighter. The light began to take shape until, before them, stood a magnificent unicorn with a shimmering mane and a golden horn. It sparkled as though made of stardust. Naya, Leen, and Mommy couldn't contain their excitement as they approached the unicorn. "Where will it take us?" Leen asked, her eyes wide with wonder. "I don't know," Naya said, smiling, "but it's going to be magical." The unicorn knelt down, ready for them to climb aboard. With hearts racing, they prepared for the adventure of a lifetime. With a single leap, the unicorn soared into the sky, its wings shimmering like diamonds. Naya, Leen, and Mommy held on tightly as it followed a glowing rainbow path that stretched endlessly across the heavens. The view was breathtaking. Cotton candy clouds and glittering stars surrounded them, filling the air with magic and joy. The unicorn soared gracefully to a shimmering lake made entirely of rich, melted chocolate. Naya and Leen giggled as they dipped their fingers into the warm, sweet treat, tasting the magic of the Candy Kingdom. Next, they arrived at a forest where giant lollipops in every color sparkled like jewels under the sunlight. Mommy twirled one in her hand, while Leen and Naya raced to pick their favorite flavors. As they flew higher, the unicorn led them through fluffy pink and blue clouds that smelled like sugar. Leen reached out to grab a piece, laughing as it melted sweetly on her tongue. As they flew, a radiant fairy dressed in a golden gown appeared beside them. "Hello, Naya," the fairy said with a warm smile. "My name is Oriel. The Candy King has heard of your kindness and magic. He invites you to his palace for a royal celebration." Naya gasped, thrilled by the unexpected invitation. The unicorn gently landed at the entrance to a glittering candy palace. Gummy bears, jelly beans, and candy canes lined the path, cheering as Naya, Leen, and Mommy stepped forward. The air smelled sweet, and the candy people waved excitedly to welcome their special guests. "It's magnificent," Mommy whispered in awe. Inside the palace, Naya stood in awe as the Candy King greeted her. He was a delightful figure, round and cheerful, with a glowing, soft, pink complexion that radiated warmth. His crown sparkled with candy-like gems, and his throne, made of golden caramel and fluffy marshmallows, was as magnificent as the palace itself. "Welcome, Princess Naya," he said with a joyful smile. "Your magical wishes have made our Candy Kingdom more enchanting than ever. We are so happy to have you here." Naya couldn't stop smiling, feeling the king's kindness and the magic of the moment. The Candy King reached out and handed Naya a glowing medal, sparkling with every color of the rainbow. "This is for you, a token of our gratitude," he said. "Thank you," Naya said, holding the medal close. She felt special, like the hero of a magical story, and couldn't wait to share the moment with her family. The magical unicorn gracefully lands in their backyard, its shimmering hooves touching the ground softly. Mommy carefully steps off, followed by Naya and Leen, who hold on to the unicorn's silky mane. The girls glance back at their magical companion with grateful smiles as it lets out a soft, melodic neigh before bowing its head to them in farewell. As they stand together, Naya looks at her little sister with a thoughtful expression. She gently places her hand on Leen's shoulder and says, "Leen, I haven't forgotten about you. I want to make a special wish just for you." Leen's eyes widen in excitement, wondering what her big sister has planned. Naya takes a deep breath and closes her eyes. Holding the magical crown on her head, she says, "I wish for the fluffiest, most adorable kitten for Leen." A burst of glowing sparkles swirls around them, filling the air with magic. The sparkles transform into an adorable kitten with fluffy golden fur and big, bright blue eyes that glimmer like jewels. The kitten meows softly, its tiny paws reaching out toward Leen. Overjoyed, Leen scoops up the kitten into her arms, hugging it close as her face lights up with pure happiness. Naya watches with a warm smile, her hands clasped in delight at seeing her little sister so thrilled with her new companion. Naya suddenly pauses, her joyful expression fading into one of concern. Her eyes lower, and her brow furrows, as if a troubling thought has just crossed her mind. Mommy notices the shift and gently places a hand on Naya's shoulder, asking softly, "What's wrong, sweetheart?" Leen, holding her fluffy kitten, looks up at her sister, sensing that something is off. Naya's eyes fill with tears as she turns to Mommy. Her voice trembles as she says, "I just realized I used all my wishes. I wanted to wish for Daddy to come home, but now I can't." The tears flow freely as Naya cries, I wanted Daddy to be with us. Leen hugs her kitten tightly, looking worried for her sister. Mommy wraps Naya in a warm embrace, holding her close. She strokes Naya's hair gently and says, "It's okay, my love. We all miss Daddy and wish that he was with us too. But remember, he loves us very much, even when he's far away." Leen steps closer, the kitten still cuddled in her arms, as if trying to offer comfort too. Suddenly, the room is bathed in a warm golden glow. The light begins softly at first, then grows brighter, catching everyone's attention. Naya, Leen, and Mommy turn to look, their faces filled with awe and curiosity. Even the kitten pauses, staring wide-eyed at the mysterious light. The golden light begins to take form, swirling and concentrating into a glowing orb that floats gently in the air. It shimmers and sparkles, radiating a magical warmth as it slowly approaches them. The room feels alive with wonder, and Naya and Leen lean forward in anticipation. The glowing orb transforms into the familiar fairy, Elindra, who had given Naya the magical crown at the beginning of this day. Her radiant wings sparkle with golden dust as she smiles warmly at them. "Naya," the fairy says softly, "your daddy has sent a special message just for you." Naya's eyes widen in surprise and hope as she steps closer. The fairy holds out her hand, and with a wave of her wand, a magical scroll appears. It glows faintly, wrapped in golden threads. As the fairy gently unrolls the scroll, the room fills with quiet anticipation, and Naya, Leen, and Mommy lean in to see what the message holds. Dear Naya, happy 6th birthday, my sweet little princess. From the moment you were born, you have been the light of my life. I've watched you grow every single day with so much love in my heart, and I can't believe how fast you're growing up. You're becoming such a wonderful young girl. Kind, beautiful, smart, and so full of love. I want you to know how proud I am of you. Every smile, every laugh, and every little thing you do makes me so happy. Even though I can't be with you today, I carry you in my heart wherever I go. You, Leen, and Mommy are my everything, and I am doing everything I can to come back to you all. We will be together again as a family, I promise you. Until then, never forget how much I love you. You are my sunshine, my brave adventurer, and my little princess, now and forever. Keep being the amazing girl you are. Keep smiling, dreaming, and spreading your kindness everywhere you go. I miss you more than words can say, but I know in my heart that we'll be together again soon. I love you with all my heart, Naya. Happy birthday, my beautiful girl. With all my love, forever and always. Daddy. Naya placed her hand on her chest, her heart filled with determination. She closed her eyes for a moment and spoke softly, as if her words were carried by the wind to her daddy far away. "Thank you, Daddy. I promise that I will be brave and kind, and I will wait patiently for you to return home." At that moment, the little crown on her head began to glow faintly, a sign of her inner strength shining through. As her promise echoed in her heart, Naya's smile grew brighter. She felt warmth spreading from within, like a soft, reassuring light. The pendant around her neck began to glow gently, as if it, too, was responding to her courage and love. Naya felt closer to her daddy than ever, her spirit lifted by the promise she had made. Mommy and Leen couldn't hold back their emotions any longer. They wrapped Naya in a warm, loving embrace, their hearts united in hope and love. Mommy said with a gentle voice, "We will all wait for Daddy to come back home, and we will be together like a family once again." Leen smiled, her little hands clutching Naya tightly, as she felt the love and positivity surrounding them like a glowing light. Elindra, the fairy, watched Naya with admiration, her wings shimmering faintly. With a kind smile, she said, "You are so brave and kind, Naya. I'm sure that your daddy would be so proud of you." Her words filled the room with a magical warmth, and Naya's heart soared with pride and love, knowing that she was doing her best to make her daddy proud. Later that night, Naya sat on her bed, holding the glowing crown gently in her hands. Her heart was full of happiness as she whispered, with a bright smile, "Thank you, Daddy. This was the best birthday ever." In her mind, she could almost feel her daddy's love wrapping around her like a warm hug. Naya placed the crown carefully beside her and looked up at the ceiling, as if speaking directly to her daddy. Her voice was soft but filled with determination. "Mommy, Leen, and I will wait for your return." Her words carried the promise of a family united once more, with hope shining brightly in her heart. As the night grew quiet, Naya snuggled into her bed, hugging her favorite teddy bear close. Her eyes grew heavy, and just before she drifted off to sleep, she whispered sweetly, "I love you, Daddy." Her breathing softened, and a peaceful smile rested on her face. The room seemed to glow with love and warmth, as if her daddy's presence was watching over her, always close in spirit. It's time to return home.